Hello, everyone. If you're 70 or older and you feel a little unsteady on your feet, this video will definitely give you some options to get you better.
We're going to show you 3 daily balance exercises you can add to your routine to make you feel more steady on your feet. And yes, it involves toilet paper. That's
right. Simple things in the house. Now, we just made a video that was very popular. It had 7 options. I decided to zero it down to the most important 3. So that's where we're at. Let's get going. I'm Brad, right? Yeah, I'm Brad.
No, I want to hear our intro song first.
Oh. Bob and Brad, the 2 most famous physical therapists on the internet.
I'm Brad.
I'm Mike, and behind the scenes we have Bob, and together we are the most famous physical therapy team on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, and yes, we are going to use some toilet paper rolls, but not a little bit later. They're very effective and cheap.
And no, we're not full of crap. Anyway.
Hey, it's a family show, Mike.
That's why I said
Bob
crap.
is going to get mad at you for that one.
Uh-oh.
Let's get on with this. So, yes, as we age, as a matter of fact, I just met someone over the weekend. He's 78 years old. Pretty active in general, able to get around without an assistive device, but when it starts to get dark out, what happens? He's very unsteady, and I told him he should be using a cane, but he won't, so he holds on to his wife's arm as they walk in the darkness, really. So anyways, it's a real thing. All of these are going to help with all the different unbalanced problems that we get as we age.
I think we should get into the first one right away here. So you may need some stairs for this for beginners, but then we'll get into the toilet paper.
There you go. Okay, they're called simple toe taps, but they're actually a lot more to it than the eye can see. Mike's going to demonstrate how to do it here, and then I'm going to show you how you actually use toilet paper for a little more advanced version.
Now, if you're unsteady on your feet, or maybe you already use a walker or cane or something, you can certainly hold on to rails for support to begin, and you're just going to tap your toes on a step like this. Make sure you can lift them high enough, slow and controlled. If this seems easy, you can just let go and not use support. And then if you want a little bit more of a challenge, you can work on going different directions, maybe crisscrossing and doing it alternating will make it a little more challenging because you actually have to weight shift side to side versus just doing one leg back and forth like this. But this is a simple way to start. If you find this is not challenging, Brad has another option he wants to show.
I do want to emphasize when you're doing it on the stairs, it's called toe tapping because the goal is just to tap your toe with good control. If you need to put more weight on it because your balance is off, simply go ahead and do that. But again, the goal is tap, and that's why Mike is using his hands to maintain that goal. It makes a big difference, toe tap versus a toe pressure like that or the full foot. So if that's too easy, again, what we're going to do for safety is clear out a wall in your house. So we have the balance corner for balancing. So if I go to the right or I go to the left, I can balance very easily, or straight back, we're safe. Now, we're going to do the toe touch again, but what we're going to do is everyone typically, well, most people have a roll of, a few rolls of toilet paper, extra ones lying around. We're going to actually put those down in front, and we can use 3 of them. Okay, and the nice thing about this is, you're not going to break it, you're not going to wreck it or anything like that. You're going to touch here, come back. Touch here using the hands, come back. And you're going to be challenged for sure when you do this, especially when you do the crossover versus the straight and front ones. Okay, and another reason why we're using the toilet paper, it tells you if you put too much weight on, they crush a little bit and they get wobbly, so we do not want that. And if this feels too easy, then we're actually going to start stacking. And there you go, and go a little bit higher, and they get actually more tippy, so you really have to use good control, just a toe tap.
You know, the price of toilet paper nowadays, you can probably get some cones too if you want. They might be less expensive, actually.
Yeah, but I like the toilet paper
for practical
idea.
reasons, you could use. You could also use a.
You can't stack cones like this, though. And there we go. And now the top one is even more difficult. So we're going to do this. And again, touch both hands, not so hard. One fingertip over here, a little harder, and maybe you'll get to this point where you don't have to touch it all, but be careful. Make sure that you're ready, because we don't want to have anybody getting hurt with that. Now, okay, let's go to the number 2 one. I do want to talk a little bit about the vision thing, because I brought that up. I'll do it right now. I talked about the gentleman who has vision problems or balance problems with low light setting. This is where you can do this and simply stand on one leg, balance, and try to go to 15 to 30 seconds. If you're doing fine like I'm doing, you're a little wobbly and touching, it's okay. Then try closing your eyes. There is a big difference. And if you're doing that, close your eyes, hands here, and just test and see how you're doing. If you close your eyes and you're really wobbly, you need to do it with another person or wait and do it with a therapist.
Or do it on 2 legs.
There you go.
And close your eyes.
Yeah, you could start with feet farther apart, get closer, close your eyes, feet together, close your eyes. And then the next step is actually 1 foot in front of the other. That's harder. And then, of course, to 1 foot. Very good. Take that into consideration. Be safe. If you're unstable, wait for someone else or go to a therapist.
No, that's all variations of exercise 1. So pick where you're at and progress appropriately for you. The next exercise, number 2, is actually working on strengthening your legs a little bit more, because balance also has to do with strength. If you have weak legs, you're often not as sturdy on your feet. So a simple exercise is just doing sit to stands from a chair. Most people struggle when they try to do a squat, especially as they age. So just doing sit to stands is perfectly acceptable, works the same muscle group. If you're very weak and struggle to get out of a chair, you can certainly go from a higher surface, or you can build up your chair with pillows or some sort of cushion to make you taller, and that way it can help you get up easier. A couple other tips are to use your hands for support. Do not sit in a chair that is super low and has no armrest, and make sure to really scoot forward to the edge of the seat, good wide base of support, and then go forward when you go up. You can even kind of reach as long as you feel steady, and then once you go up like that, obviously if you need to use your arms, lean forward and push, get your nose over your toes. That can help a lot. And then also try to sit nice and slow, because you contract your muscles when you are sitting down as well. Don't flop and fall into the chair. So for beginners, take your time, use your hands, control the motion. You can do 5 reps, maybe you can do 10 reps, whatever your endurance allows you, but you could certainly progress this if that seems way too easy.
Right. If you use a walker on a regular basis and you're pretty stable with it, you would want to put the walker right in front of you. If it's a 4-wheeled walker, lock the wheels and then go up. But again, if you don't feel very confident with that, that's something someone needs to be with you.
Well, I do want to reiterate, if your walker's in front of you, don't pull from the walker. It's going to fall back into you. Mm-hmm. You want to push still and then transition your hands to the walker. And again, reach back and sit. Always push and sit with your hands back.
There you go.
Now, if this is easy, you could certainly progress this with just not using your arms at all. So you can put your hands in your lap. Some people may even push from their knees a little because you can't push as hard. That's easy. You can cross your arms like this. Make sure, again, to sit slow. That's easy. You can even go above your head and do it. You can even take your time on how slow you sit. This is going to be a lot more challenging than sitting quickly. And I've had people in the clinic hold on to a 10-pound dumbbell in their hands and do this just for some more strength. So you can kind of experiment, see where you're at, start with less reps, and build up to more.
There you go. The sit to stand, very simple, but make sure you go at your level so you feel safe. Good judgment is always a priority. And then, 8 to 10 reps. Did you mention that?
You could do 8 to 10 reps is a good muscle building rep range. If you're weaker and don't have the endurance, I've had people do 2 to 3 sets of 5 reps. It all depends on where you're starting, but try to build up over time.
That's right. It may be a few weeks. Exercise number 3. Now, this one has more to do with the feet and ankles. A little strengthening there and some proprioceptive part with the mind and the body to keep that balance even a little more tuned in. This is something I would go up against the corner again. Use the corner for this one. You don't have to if you're more steady, but it's simply going up on your toes and then back and then lift the toes up, the forefeet up, so you're back on your heels. And this is where a lot of people lose their balance of 70 and older, going backwards like this. And that's where the wall is so nice to have in the corner, so you're very stable and safe there. Otherwise, do it in front of a chair so that if you go backwards, you can hold on to the chair. Or if the chair is behind you, you can simply sit down in the chair. And the walker might be in front of you. I've done that with a lot of people.
Or at a countertop. I've had people do it at a countertop as well.
Right.
But just heel to toe raises. Some compensations I see with a lot of people is they're be good going on their toes, but when they go back, they shoot their butt way back like this. You want to make sure to keep a nice upright posture the whole time when you go back in this motion. If you have really tight ankles, you just may not be able to get your toes as far off the ground, and that's okay. But just do this slow and controlled. And oftentimes I like to work up to 10 to 15 reps with that exercise.
And can you demonstrate with the chair, Mike, if they're having difficulties getting their heels off the ground because they are weak in that particular motion?
So if you put more weight through your arms, then you can take some pressure off of your calf muscles when you're going up. So just putting more pressure through your arms. You can do this at a walker if you want your arms at your sides and push that way as well. But sometimes that just kind of assists you in getting up if you're too weak.
Yeah, we've oftentimes recommended people go to the countertop in the kitchen where the kitchen sink is, because then you can put your hands around it and you can help push up. And then when you bring your toes up, you got something to hold on to so you don't go backwards. It's very safe, very stable, very strong. So the kitchen sink is good for more than just doing dishes.
Yes, and if you find that easy, maybe you're an advanced person, you can certainly do that on one foot. It's quite challenging at any age, like me. It's hard.
Yeah, not too many people 70 and older, but you always run into these people that are amazing for their age.
Yes, you can see all sorts of. I've seen some pretty high functioning balanced people that have better balance than me. They can go slacklining, and I'm like, what the heck? I can't.
At 70 years old?
Yeah, I've seen some interesting.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, very good.
At least they look 70. Maybe they're not. I don't know. You don't ask everyone their age. You know, older than me anyway.
So do these exercises and work with them. Figure out which level you're at. They're only going to take you 1 to 2 minutes for all 3 of them. Once you get it all down, you get your place arranged in your house so you can do it. So keep smiling. Drink 2 glasses of water when you get up and enjoy the day.
I guess drink your water. I don't know why we're saying that now, but drink your water.
Well, I think it's very important.
It's over there. There you go.
Yeah, my wife doesn't drink her water.
Well, we should mention.
But I do.
You should talk to her. You drink her water too, huh? If you want to check out more videos on balance exercises for seniors, click the video on the screen and drink some water while you're watching
That's right. Balance exercises for seniors, beginner to advanced. We got some options.
My wife doesn't drink enough water.
She doesn't.
Bob and Brad.